Here is a breakdown of why an Avengers Doomsday movie could be detrimental to the MCU, formatted as a statement. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow fans, and everyone who has followed the saga of the Marvel Cinematic Universe since its inception, I'm here to talk about something that's been on all our minds, a prospect that has been both exciting and terrifying, an Avengers Doomsday event. A grand finale, or a new beginning, we're told. But I'm here to argue that this proposed storyline and the direction it represents will not save the MCU. It will break it. For over 15 years, we've been invested in these characters. We've seen their triumphs and their losses. The genius of the MCU wasn't just in its spectacle, but in its carefully woven tapestry of interconnected stories. We saw heroes grow, change, and sometimes pass the torch. The feeling of endgame was earned because of this long-term investment. It was a culmination, but a doomsday scenario feels less like a culmination and more like a desperate reset button. The very premise of a doomsday event implies a catastrophic end that leaves little room for the future. It forces the heroes into a corner where the only way out is a scorched earth policy. This creates a storytelling problem. How do you raise the stakes beyond a multiversal apocalypse without rendering all future conflicts moot? What's the point of a street-level hero protecting their neighborhood when the entire existence of reality is constantly under threat? The MCU risks becoming a one-note symphony of cosmic-level threats where every problem has to be bigger and more destructive than the last. This will inevitably lead to audience fatigue. We've already seen the end of the world, multiple times. The magic of the MCU was in its variety, from the grounded espionage of Captain America, the Winter Soldier, to the cosmic wonder of Guardians of the Galaxy. Doomsday threatens to homogenize all future stories into one grand, noisy spectacle. Furthermore, a Doomsday movie would likely serve as a bloodbath for our beloved characters. The temptation to raise the stakes by killing off a slew of heroes is immense. But let's be honest, we've already done that. We said goodbye to Iron Man, Captain America, and Black Widow in a meaningful and earned way. The emotional weight of those sacrifices was built over a decade. If Doomsday kills off a dozen more characters, it won't feel like a poignant farewell. It will feel cheap, like a shock-and-awe tactic designed to get a reaction. It will devalue the very idea of a hero's death. It turns what was once a powerful narrative moment into a predictable plot device. We'll be trained to see every new character not as a hero to root for, but as a potential casualty to be used for a cheap emotional punch. And this brings me to my final point: the loss of hope. The core of the Avengers has always been about hope, about finding a way, even when there seems to be none. A doomsday scenario, by its very nature, is nihilistic. It suggests that no matter what the heroes do, they are constantly on the brink of absolute failure. It changes the narrative from one of triumph and hope to one of endless struggle and inevitable loss. It would be a disservice to the legacy of the characters who have inspired us. The MCU didn't become a global phenomenon by being a grim, unrelenting slog. It captivated us because it showed us that even in the face of insurmountable odds, a team of heroes could come together and save the day. An Avengers Doomsday movie is a symptom of a larger problem: the belief that the only way to re-energize a franchise is to break it. But the MCU doesn't need to be broken. It needs to remember what made it great in the first place. Compelling characters, meaningful stakes, and the belief that a hero's journey, and our own, is about more than just surviving. It's about building a better world. Doomsday will not build a better world for the MCU. It will tear it down and leave us with nothing but rubble. And that would be the greatest tragedy of all. Thank you.